And just so you guys know, on Zoom, we are live on YouTube now. Hey, Trina, how are you? I can't hear you. I still don't hear you.
Now, can you hear me?
Yes. Good evening.
I haven't had to do Zoom in a while.
Yeah, I'm used to you sitting somewhere around here.
Yes, well, my vibe is still with you. I'm still with you.
Good evening.
Hi, Linda.
Hi. Let's see. Oh, Bob. Hi. Javon. Ronald. Giovanna. Hetty. Who am I missing? Oh, hey.
Pan. Hi, Linda.
Good to see everyone.
Good to see you too. Yeah.
I have that sheet over here somewhere.
Khensur Rinpoche has arrived. He's just pulling into the parking lot.
I don't know. I thought I brought it. Careful. I think everyone heard on Zoom and YouTube that Khensur Rinpoche has arrived. He's outside the building right now, so. Online folks, it doesn't look like he's here yet. That was Tendrin Law. Good evening, everyone on Zoom. Hi, Tenzin Lamola. Carmen, Dan, Rainey, Alejandra. Let's see. Oh, Liz, Mary, Lobesong, Joanna, Don Kelly. Hi, long time no see. Good evening, Steep.
Good evening, Linda.
Also, good evening to everyone on YouTube who's joined us. We have Miss Bonnie McSquirrely. I love that. I actually love squirrels a lot. And hello to everyone in the Gampa. I don't want to ignore everyone in here. Hi. Feel the love, yes. Khensur Rinpoche has arrived.
Вот это. Он кицит. Namo yang dong bo du be san je ri bo do cha zo de mo de wa ji de chen ba chen bo de ye ka lo je wa la na la da me na je dong ba san je chong de de be ja wa tu ba la cha de lo che do cha zo che wa chu de de je ja wa da jo wa ya da ma du be ri ba do cha zo de ma de wa che ma che bo de ye ka lo ja wa la na me ba la na me no tum ba san je chong de de be ja wa cha cha do ba la cha zo che do cha zo che wo che do de sa chen de la gong ba de bo na ne ji de de na chu che zhe de ce ke bo che la cha na da ge nga chu de zhe do wa yi xie jia zu sen jie ren bo cha ba ji de san na lo me wa gong bo chu ni tie lang den ba zhen me da ye cha sen do cha wa che la cha le da che da se ba sa ma che nya cha za lo ngom bo tu je che de ma tong je chen be de ma so no ye de ja zo je de ja che la cha ta be de cha cha wa cha ge nge so le do che da de do cha cha ba che cha che la cha zhe ne zhe ye la ma ya de la ba da la ra do xin ge dong ba ye de 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 ya cha za lo de ba ma sha chi sang jie ye de dong jie la che de gong me zhong jie ye de ba ye no ga da chu da de be ja ga ma ra de ma me da ja ma sum me la lo da chi da ba de che che no de da sa na ye dong jie se ba ye ko ma ga da na da che ye la zhe be se be co le do wa zo ba lang jia da wa ra le ba du ne me ba da ma ke ba che be de ba che je la le che nye be da ye de se de nye ga de je che da le nye che gang da nye bo le be je che me ba che wa che je la li so yo wa che ye che ba nye da ji be che wa che ba da she ye ji sa le da ka na le de se ja do wa la nge ba de bo nye ne nye be zo cha che cha wa no ja bo wa ge zo da da de ba che ba la da do se be me ma de nge gang ja go ye de me re se be bo zo je nye me de ne ta be de wa de nye chen bo che wa chen je la chang ba ye zhen ba che ja ba ye chen mo ye ten be za wa so so da ba la de ba nye wa che wa chen je la lo wa che ja da ma cha do wa ga cha de da wa tho ne do wa do ye ka che chan che se ja jo ba chen je la se da che ja se de no kon ba me na chan che me do ba le ba tho ne ja se do ba so ba cha be lo ba chen je la lo be yo la yin wa che je yang da de la ce je che ba ye xin ne sun da de la long chen je la tham ma lo jo ne da cha ba na te ba ge je chu je do je ke sa che je ngo dong ba de da la xin je la de te me do no nye de be ja nam da dong ji dong ba sung wa Chima Nube Neba Nijane, Soda Dide Suma Shenje, Renye Janeno Jaja Tone Zamaye, Tambe Seja Daba Shenje La, Dela Lamsa Teme Shenje, Dan Seja Tona Chate Cheta Nange Bada Jebe, Nyawa Jawa Shenje La Da Chewa, Yanda Lama Dame Cheje Bala Noche Sadan Lam, Yende Razo Ne Doje Chonge Gombo Nyado Jo. Dari ngaroso salapa ta namja jendo yina ta salapa le geshila gata tajano le chisung yosare ta dari nga de se le salapa le ngala anema chiche sheru chi sene shawa tegendus.
Today's Wednesday, usually Geshe-Gelek teach on Wednesday night. So then we requested Rinpoche to teach. So therefore, I'm here to take my place.
This one.
Okay.
So that any ta namjil tajano chege ores. Yena yung yega tanis akoroso na chizo le yung togina dang so chizo no tela gangan zo togina yapo yung res. Karres nga kazingama nasa de yung ye ka sala ling yega tajano ne chonjo share. Tajano share de soso ndo de mena no soso chibo kecha she ding zo na se debo na se mendus. Te me ba sonsa nge taril ani choro so nga do ganga ru zo ne me tosa yung ye chi she togina ani te de pengre se la ba is.
During the pandemic, so a lot of people they teach through Zoom. So also I've also been teaching on Zoom. So it's kind of feels strange because sometimes you feel like you are just talking to yourself. So therefore, so I decided to come to the center and see you in person and teach here at the center.
teni nyeke yina yo te za le lama me ai za den so so te de sem de pa chi ye ro de se ngi te te kar se garo ta so so za le me ba so za ani sa te ze ta chu le ma ke ba se na da teni te ze te ro si ge de se te za den ga ro so 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 chi ne ge ze chen bo chin de sang so
Getting together in at the center has like different maybe there's good reason. So sometimes when you listen online, so maybe there's a great risk that you may not fully pay attention, just get distracted, doing something here and there. But getting in the same room, so they have better benefit.
te ngaro go nyonyo tu le yese pata kasi na sa to so te so de ja mo che ga ne ta ja no lo chi su go yo re sa chi su go ye ta ngaro so chi su sa de ja mo che ne ta ja no ma to za len je ya me de so so sem de yang de de le yong lo go dus
I'm saying this based on my experience watching His Holiness teachings online. So that sometimes there's risk that your attention get divided because you are not informed of His Holiness, just watching on the TV.
ta te so ta nge ngaro so za la ba de lo ngaro ge she ya de lo ta da te ka ri wo chang je lam je de ma sing ge jo je pa te atisha ge sun ja je chang je long je de ma sing ge re chang je long je de ma sing ge la ma ka ga ge za wa ha le be sa le phen bo yo re
Tonight teaching is based on Lama Atisha's textbook called like Light of the Path to Enlightenment. So I'm going to teach that text tonight, and it's very wonderful teachings.
Then ombo member to solo zo chen su yo sa de te sa ja ga ge ben de to so ge jo je ja ga le jun de ne sun go ma de sa pe le za de ne ha le be ka se bo ya bo chi su ja de te ja ga le ne de ne sun go ma de se ne o de ne ko ro so lo ji le de ne dus
There's like histories that Light of the Path taught to people who is having hard time understanding Buddha's teachings. If Lama Atisha did not come to Tibet, so this teaching or Light of the Path to Enlightenment may not happen because in India they are pretty educated. So when Lama Atisha came to Tibet, so that's very clear. It's taught to people who have like hard time understanding Buddha Dharma.
anda de changje lamje do ma sing de la no ba yong da ba zo be changje ge to je che lam lam sa wa ten ba pe na dramatic ge de ne zui sa wa na chi ge de dramatic na ge no le zui sa wa na chi ge ta pe jan de ge la no ba yong da ba zo be changje to je che lam de so se bo chi yong ge de se ne te changje long je drama se ne pe ja ge de dramatic pe res
So now based on the title of the book, Light of the Path to Enlightenment. Why it's called light? Because light, usually when you have light, then you can see it clearly. Similarly, studying this text, that you'll understand the clear the path to enlightenment. That text explains very clearly path to enlightenment.
당연히 자가르게도 보대 바다 타테 범페게도 전주 론제데마 전주 선반 정바 전우 주발라 창자로 세대 다 간단한 언제샤레스 전주 정바 연정매 연로 차차가 요레스 대차차가야 다 단다 되래 언제샤데 롬데치 주릴 롬데데 야게 베결 치 저거를 되네 로타와도 소거되네 정매 연로 차차와레스
So the text begins with the homage or salutations to Bodhisattva Manjushri. So typically that most of the teaching translated from Sanskrit into Tibetan, so their translator usually put it there, the homage, the first salutations.
시동로 되는 성제가 수라 될 dene so yore so dodi dene ngumbi dene dewe dene sene dene sum yore so ngema yena dene sum kare ye ma yete peja koro chaso chi malu no ko thogo yo ma res ka dene so te iza shi so tene kale khabo magawa ngone log dene kare ye ma de hakowi cheta tene je shate so res.
So the reason also, there's another reason for the salutations in the beginning of the text. And there are three types of Buddha's teachings. Sometimes they're translated like three baskets. So three types of like Buddha's teachings. So before it's kind of hard to figure it out which text belongs to which like type of teachings, and probably you may end up reading entire teachings just to figure it out. So therefore now after that, so just seeing the homage, you can pretty much tell this teaching belongs to this type of like the way they translate three basket, which basket this teaching belongs to. So you can just reading as homage, you will understand where it belongs.
Teso ta danda den jombe yang sha cha wa ta ta dene so mu ne ngem bi dene yina an jombe yang sha cha wa an do de yina shanje semba la sha cha wa dewe dene yina tamche chemba la sha cha ge ba de koro so pa je lo cha wa to je ba che ne ro ba de ka ro dang ge se na je che chungi ge dene so mo ka re ma de ha ko ye che de koro so je ba res. 제바 제아래서 당하로서 안에 내내 선보대 가래 임바대 담보네 하고바치 제거군들 마도 안에 다등하로서 배바대 다 오모도 보래 안에 내내 선보 가래 하마고는 파지 투로 그래서 대송자 안에 내비 내내 달은 정배용의 샤차고 와도 너디 내내라 성제도 전제 선보를 샤차고 와도 안에 내외 내내라 안에 통제 제말라 샤차고 요다서네 고로서 제바 제아래서.
So it's kind of like as a Dharma King set up the rules to whenever you write a text, you should put these particular salutations, because compared to Indian, Tibetan people are not that smart. So there's for them to understand which type of teaching belongs to which basket. So maybe then I'm not sure how to say in English, but one particular basket called Ngumbi Dene. So that if that type of teaching is Ngumbi Dene, so then you homage goes to Manjushri. So then if it's like Dodi Dene, so then homage go to Buddhas and Bodhisattva. And if that particular teaching belongs to Vinaya, where there talks about Buddha talks of monastic life, so then they are like homage go to Tathagata. So that's how you tell reading the homage part. So then you can pretty much tell, this particular teaching belongs to the three basket. So is there any other translation besides three basket? Is there any particular name for each one? I don't think so. Usually they translate three basket. So then I don't remember. Maybe some of you know, please share like any particular name for each basket. Yeah, Panditji. Huh? Yeah. 3 pieces ago. Yeah. So mainly the main subject is like wisdom, knowledge. So then the main subject is like ethics. But the ethics. Share up like samadhi or concentrations, and one is ethic. Wisdom, samadhi, concentrations, or ethics. These are three main subjects of the three basket. Okay, three basket. Wisdom, concentration, ethics.
Yeah. 다 된다면 다 니비 되네데 다른 가르쳐 시해야 되다 다 정절론적 드라마 생게 등문비 되네레스 다대 알레 안에 니엠바도 다는 만체 발라서 다네 다는 아빠 대 아테샤 거로가 통타니를 샤와니 있으네. 통매가 샤와 끌롱동 다음에 샤와 응와와세네 니수 말해서 대이다 다 통매 샤와 끌롱이다 나로서 관계가 끌롱야보지 크게고 요래서 끌롱 대용 되는 소소 집에 된다 마이마 마게 세제도 저거 된다 안에 단다 대가르고 저로 로로소소 같은 정조 논제 레마데 녀네 안에 로로소소 공타도 세뇨래 제가 이 소소가 끌롱 되는 지고 알아서
So author of this textbook, Light of the Path of Enlightenment, is like Lama Atisha. So this Light of the Path, the teachings belongs to Abhidharma basket or Abhidharma type of teachings. So then author Lama Atisha himself said it very clearly, in Buddhism, there are like two things are very critical. At the beginning, motivations, and the end, and dedications. So therefore, so all of you, so it's very important to set up the intentions by listening these teachings that you will try all your best to practice and implement the teachings and to achieve fully enlightenment, the benefit of all mother sentient beings. That kind of motivations.
제가 대권노데 샤라그 개체모래서 다 단단가로서 저로서 이나 집발에 다시 님의공로 샤레를 다 단다 쳐서 넘발에 나는 채용에 당하로서 제니에서 제가 요래 대이다 최대 최선 로무로 대요 건론을 알아 버려서 최대 자체주 가는 로무로 건론을 알아 버려 대이다 소소소소 건론 야보지 그가 개체모래서.
So during the daytime, probably you go to work, so then come here around 7 o'clock. So whether like spiritual practice, whether it becomes spiritual or not, is very much based on the motivation, intentions. So therefore, it's very important to have the positive intention based from positive intentions to wish to benefit all mother sentient beings. Therefore, I'm going to listen these teachings.
코로나로 세보여래 챈들은 내 나사 매봐도 세리모 용화동 어느 변조 퍼서 좁아 용화 어떤 게 채도 진예가 있는 대체 말해서 대취자원인의 말해서 간동자여래서 최생에대 제대 셔마 편제라 제대 셔마 노설을 때네 내송거 등하라 좁아 등하다 용 먹게 채도 안에 예가 있는 최선로고 여래서
The very like purpose of practicing dharma, the aim or goal should not be this life, better health, more happier life, prosperity. The focus should be life after this. This focus should be life after this, not this life, just this life. So if the focus is just on this life, so then whatever you do may not become the spiritual practice.
송타 안에 마게 센체통 제가 대던 가로가 안에 진대 답세 녀네라 공도 쳐다고 녀래 제가 예세네 그런 때 커져가 있는 안에 마게 센체를 통과해야다 세제제 정도 녀매가 안에 개와레레레 용거 요래서
If you like set up the motivations to welfare of all mother sentient beings, then you get the benefit that when you talk about sentient beings, there's almost seems like there's no limit. There's almost like seems like limitless number of beings out there. So when you set up the motivations for the welfare of all the mother sentient beings, then you receive merit based on each being. So can you imagine how much merit you create?
대송장에 저로서로 마게 세제통 제가 된다 어찌 얘가 있어서 그놈데 거기서야 되고 준체되래서.
So that's why I requested you to set up the motivations for the welfare of all mother sentient beings, because now you see very clearly, because you receive the merit based on each being. So there's like, you receive like limitless number of merit. So that's the why you should set up best of the best motivations to means like to think about the benefit of all mother sentient beings, not just yourself.
다 초로송이네 그놈때 그거요. 다 나로 그게네 양 그놈 가르마 초로송 집을 그놈 야보지 그걸 그놈 가르치는 된지가 말했어. 그러와 나로 나요 그놈 나다 넘어다 봐지 가르 가르 되시는 다나 최저年末 제목에 노송용다 제전 때에서네 수자요 수라노. 최저年末 제목에 노송용다 제제 취지 좀 봐. 얘라 취시들라. raba yala chi she de so so gong de la nge de chi de she ba la de ane nga kheba chembo chi re ke ro chi go kan de chin ro yong so so de ne gong ka chu go ya ma res ane yenda nge chin de she ba la de nga la nye ke na de ne kan de chi to yong so ne ti gong de se ne de nye mo chen je gong res ti ge de ne gong za ne ke nye ge ma de ma da nga ro ge na gong zo jo do ge ngene tong ne ge gong no ma ta ba chi che ge yos raba te da 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 de ne choro sore chi de she de nga la ke ro che wo de ne ro ge ya ka ge yo ma de ro ge so so ka lo yo mes raba ane ne chin de she ba la de choro sa ne nge nye ke la so ba de ne chi to yong ge so so gong za wa ne de ne ge ya yo ma nga ro so ta chan ji ta che ne ma do ma da wa chan ji ta che yo de te da nye ke la so no to ge ya yo me te me da de ne ge gong za wa ne me ba so da nga ro gong de gong na da is.
So when it comes down to motivation, it's not just you need motivation. Also, I also need to set up my motivation too. It's not just you. So, and according to the sutra, teaching should not be contaminated by delusions, afflicted mind. Need to explain with the clear motivations. So there are certain motivations, there's great risks, there are certain motivations do rise. Like thinking about, oh, how many people in the room, so maybe I'll become very famous teaching to you, or maybe I may receive some money or wealth, something like that. So from my side, I try all my best. I don't have any of those motivations. So I'm not thinking about fame. So I'm not thinking about wealth because I'm like, life is okay, life is good, it's okay. No need to look for more wealth or possession or money. So that's like the motivation that I need to, that's my responsibility. That's the kind of motivation that I need to set up. Not just you need to set up motivation, then I can think whatever I want to think. It's not like that. It goes both ways.
That's what I was choro so nga ro kange ga ta kalon namba ta bai gong ne da nga ro chin ye she nyama kha she che ya res te song za na chin ye she che ya de ta chang chue long je de ma dang ge she ya de res ta te sho ya de da chang chue le je de me ga dong bo jo je pa de a de sha go che je de le de tu su ja wa ta dang tu su ja wa tong je ta dang ti chu dang gen de no la ke ba che me sha che de se de jo je pa de a de sha ga de ne gun ju se le sha sen ro de che je de le gun ju se le sha sen ro de ka re de tu su ja wa tong je ta dang se de sang je de ane ti chi se de le chu gen ju de gen du se de gen de gen ju de gun ju se le sha sen ro de dong bo ne gun ju se le sha sen ro de chung wa de
Yes. So with together, all of us, with the positive motivations, all of us, then that's how we should, that's how I should teach, that's how you should listen, the teaching, that's how I should teach these teachings with the positive intentions. And the teachings, the textbook begin like homage to triple jewel, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, 3 jewels.
Khensur le cha sen ro ate tombo ne ba de ate sha tombo ne Khensur le cha sen ro ate na ro so ma mo be de ja to so lo thoma Khensur le cha sen ro ate sha ro ke chen bo re che te tem be che de res.
So Lama Atisha saw the importance of taking refuge in Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Therefore, the text, the very text they're composed by Lama Atisha, to begin with taking refuge in Buddha, Dharma, Sangha.
다 때 저로서 다른 가로서 온 노래에는 온 때는 뭐 예들은 게 저로서 내세셔도 저도 야타요 말해서 다 다른 가로서 내 이사 낼 저로서 내세 때에 자기는 방법안에나 저로서 팽 저로서 진예세 용내 용의 제가 요래 대이사 그놈도 전에 가르거는서도 내가 때는 하고 용 그래서
So you are having like a class very often, or you go to teaching quite often. So therefore, today is not, there's not initiations. When there's initiations, it itself takes so much time. So they leave very little time me to explain about Lamrim or things like that. So today is not initiations. Therefore, I'm going to explain much as possible so it will benefit you in the near future.
그래서 다 단단히 시도 시사 되는 시장은 내보 요사를 자선로 왔다를 산로그 적거래서 하고서 산로그 적거래 가르르 주시는 산로그 제텔은 지시 잡아세던 아니 건조살라 텔레쇼비 네바예바데 소소를 이치 템보치 그거요래서
So, in order to take refuge in Buddha Dhamma Sangha, then there are two more important causes for taking refuge in Buddha Dhamma Sangha. What are those two causes? One is like fear, one is like conviction, faith into Buddha Dhamma Sangha. Buddha Dhamma Sangha.
배는 지템바터 솔로 코로솔로 아니 농차 첨보치 중앙 침 첨보치를 토바이나 아니 텔 로바체 동에가 조치를 샤선로네 텔 로바체로 지세 라그레마도 우마터 솔로 로바체로 지세나 코로솔로 네바요 마레스.
So, for example, when you get into trouble, like I mean legally get into trouble, so then you are sick, you are support from someone who is like legal expert. You are not going to look for someone who has no clue about legal things. So that's just example. That's why you seek support from someone who is capable.
당가로서 배이자 저로서 대저 고대 그래서 등은 가로서 강에 용용을 요래 소소소소 강가 첨보시 쉬는 강가대 새 통해질 아니 라와 자거마도 아니 새 모통에 되는 라와 자는 라와 동말에 강가대 새 토고 말아봤어 대소당 가로서 이제 맞아서 이나요 변보 야보 첨보실이야 대주 팀을 토소와 이나 아니 야보 대돈다다 코로가 깨자시는 잡어tel 시통에 드니실 라와자가 마도 고강이나나도 다 드니를 라와자는 라와텐데야 마레스 다 빼자는 드니요 아레스
even in the class even in the teachings is mentioned like that. So like we have like issues in our life. We have issues in our life. Whenever we have issue in our life, we depend on someone who has the ability to solve our issues. We are not going to rely on someone who is like incapable of helping solving your problems. So that doesn't need a lot of logic explanations. That we all experience that in our life. So, for example, if you get into trouble, so then you talk to someone who is very close to the king. You don't talk to the bodyguard who has no like ability to help you. Basically trying to get closer to the king, so maybe ask help because he's the most powerful person in the kingdom.
대송자 다 알아서 단다 되래. 도자 타되 대세는 난 알아서 되는 여자 타되대 나는 매번 용다바 조배 성제제 공부 되래. 대토발라 근조설로 샤서 논의 대소로 제세는 근조설로 샤서 성화 대도지 나는 뭐 용도바 조배 손지 공부 도그를 모두 현다 술을 레와자는 변한 샹도세야 될 레제 차별로세야 레제 레와자니 대이다 현다 술을 대서는 아니 동아 통제를 자와통 대화 통제도 대마대 제 도그 말에 대체 통해대 아니 상제도 제도 견도스미다 아니 단다도 근조설로 샤선로 하대 디그레스
The refuge, taking refuge in Buddha Dhamma Sangha itself is kind of like hope. It's kind of like hope. What are you hoping? You're hoping to achieve like full enlightenment. So therefore you are taking refuge in Buddha Dhamma Sangha. What you're hoping is like enlightenment. So that's why you are taking refuge. Buddha Dhamma Sangha, then you're relying on them.
알레 단다 샤선로도 대셔도데 되는죠. 예마마다 제보서 샤선로도 가가 소소소소로 용거래서
There's like general descriptions about brief explanation about refuge, but in the later part in the text there'll be detailed explanation about refuge, refuge based on Theravada traditions, refuge based on minor tradition will come later into the text.
내 최주적은 견던노라 개바 재미 차셰때서 때 샤샤네 가르쳐가 있어놨어. this is cha she de then Lama Zombo Shanju Geji Kurchu Bis Tade Shanju Lonja Dema de Mea Suru Chide Ya Shangetela Anitanda de Shanju Ge Sangasora. And then the Logi Mombo or Tangaro Social Tisam Lama Shanju Ge to Yishu Ge and New York. Toso Dita Kale Semeba Jayor. When I don't dig Logi to Shen Mugayat and Kanget Seme Jayor. Koroso Kanget Seme Jane Tangaro Tanande Shanju Lonja Dema de Labal Rato Yores.
So like there's a Tibetan word, particular word, but te, that means like taking refuge in Buddha Dhamma Sangha, then what? Then maybe to it's not end there, it goes on, like then you are hoping to achieve full enlightenment. So so then like Lama Chanju, there's the name of the person, and the Yeshiva, there's another person, two of them. So there's long stories, so we don't have enough time to tell the stories. But when you read these stories, traditionally Lama tells the stories, but we don't have much time. But it's like very heartbreaking stories. Like it doesn't happen like this. This text doesn't happen like that. They sacrifice so much, so that's why the yeshiva is called like Lama Sangpo means like good student. Lama Atisha called the very person Chanju who requested Lama Atisha to come to Tibet and give the teachings. So Lama Atisha called him good student.
제장아다 장주 그 라마 아테샤 자간이지 벨 추덴데셔바르 벨 추덴데셔 데네션에 다테 벨 사바다가 되네 아테샤가 되네 다 취가를 지시해거래서네 저 그걸 깨자 마트바래 나네 바다가네 취가를 시해거래서 대세들 어느 거로가 야셔야 될 현재 통제 강가를 녀석롱 대화가 취시 수로 지세네 야셔바래 대셔바 송자 내 로마 상보세다 로마 상보세다 나로서에는 코로를 내가 용게지 마서 농로 지세를 쉬거를 봐서 코로를 내가 용게지 마셔와 세제 현달을 배도제지 농로 지세를 쉬와 이제 코로 로마 상보세네 메데 토바리 세군데스
that Lama Chanju is the one who invited Lama Atisha to Tibet to teach or reestablish Buddha Dharma or teach the Buddha Dharma. So then Lama Atisha came to Tibet and asked Lama Chanju, what do you want me to teach? He asked Lama Chanju, what do you want me to teach? And Lama Yeshiva requested to teach that like something, please teach something that benefits all of us. No, not just teach something secretly, privately, like not like that. Requested to teach for everybody, everyone who can understand easily. So therefore, the Lama Atisha called him Lama Sangpo. Sangpo literally means gentle or kind. So the Lama Atisha called Lama Chanju, you are gentle and kind students. So he kind of received that nickname from Lama Atisha.
단데서 코로소가 나는 전주에 도서소가 파 야간에 지 깔레 체매 야네 덴데셔네 다 취수노 지 가르순가르세를 세제 전다 강한을 팸마치 수노 지세 대세와 예다 다 나로소 된다를 세나나 나로소 샘라 팸메기 치즈 수노 지세네 야시바르 바스 세바 예다 다 나로소 셀라 팸메 치드 수마 예다 대 나로소가 아니 나포자네 뇨레 야보치 제토 그거요레스.
So the very person Lama Chanju who requested Lama Atisha to come to Tibet and also requested the teachings. So the very teaching that he requested is something that benefit all of us. So now we already have the teachings, so we need to take advantage as much as possible.
나로소를 개개가 빼자 마트델라티 빼자게 된다를 내막을 로자와도 아니 야보라 소바트네 칼레 체메바시 자요레스 칼레 체메바시 자네 다당 나로소 라발을 춘데 중화레스 다ተ 나로소 야보지 제마톤 레전델란 로그마레 코로소 칼레 자바테요 제메던 로그레 대 송자 소소 걸론 야보지 칸에 대 된다를 가르쳐 가로다 배자도서 야보치 따고레세네 깔로 농거레스
When I received teaching from my teacher often said it to us, so that so many people sacrifice for the very teaching they now we're reading, studying, contemplating. So we should do our best. Otherwise, it's not really fair because so many people sacrifice their life for the very teaching that you're reading, studying. So we should keep that in our mind and put all our effort to implement the teaching into our day-to-day life.
tene soda ngaro solo tene kange chene chungya marwa kange chene meba chushenge yu sozo zala yo chuyung sozo zala yo kanga ne sozo le lila na sa yong me tene re de be ka solo ari chute teze se lojo che ma thona ane sozo chola tang yo res
We didn't go through any struggles. So all the people who like brought Dharma into Tibet, so much like physical, emotional sacrifice they made. We didn't make any sacrifice. So, teachings right here, Lama comes to you, so you are physically healthy. So this is the perfect time to do practice.
shongju ge je ge je be shongju long ju de ma ra de sa wa sha sa ta de ge xie ba dong jia de zhe wa ta de kon zong la ge na ma ge na shongju long ju de ma ra de sa wa sha de ge ne long de ge zong ba do jia wa de res
Now, this is a very typical way of writing like books in Tibetan by the law, like set by like Dharma King. So text begin with the homage. So then after that, like promising to write a text, to write a book. That's how the text actually begin, homage, and then your second section is like promising to write these books.
다 그거 제자대 정조 lonje de me ge 제자대 le ga de yo de就是xie bo chun de chun de do jo je be xie bo sun de xie ba xia sa kong sa de jue bo sing de kong sa de le de ne ko on be cha ne le de ne chun de de do qian bo se yo de se de sun de是
Yes. So now there are three like the way I think in the Lamrim they're translated like small scope, middle scope, the great scope. Usually it's like kind of like based on ability. Some people can learn so much, some people can learn little, some people can learn, there's ability, different abilities. So then there's like the base on three scope is based on that. So there's the second section is explaining about the kind of audience, students.
디다 다리 단계 셔와 너지래 아니 취 가르 순거 세례로 아니 강가로로 패토야지 치수로 지세를 다 될了치수로 지세야 다 고작 놓는 서 용거여래서 중고등들도 전부 써요래서 어제 순거 약이 준세 되래서
Within the audience, within the whoever going to read the books, there are within the audience there are three different levels. So the small scope, medium scope, great scope. That's how it's translated in Lamrim teaching. There are three different types of people.
선的西巴下在等到前年让3月说是1月这把下他先把全国东这都全部说的看千万看的有啊的噻呢啊你说现在了他写个意思的
So now the next section is going to a clear explanation about distinguish between small scope, middle scope, great scope. Clear distinguish. That's what's happening in the next sections.
他等到这了写不全啊他这了你看见的把拉着那个讲着在了有写不全个讲着写不这个讲着写不全部讲着是呢所讲个的是
So here maybe I think it's the right time to say here there's like refuge based on small scope, refuge based on middle scope, refuge based on the great scope. So I'm going to explain that.
다 제부 중에 장로대 가르래 주시는下层로 될 성제도 제도 견도 서대래 다 가리게 제도 下层로고 여러 제부 중에 되가 소소소소 내송그 능안에 타위셔도는 下层로고 여래서 능안 통제를 타위셔도 下层로고 여마래서 대이다는 아마 제부 중에 세가야 돼 장로대라요 되네 下层로가 돼요 소소소소 네 내송그 능안에 타위셔도 근주설로 下层로 아래마도 마게 세제 통제 요마래 고예 능안에 타위셔도 요마래 내송그 능안에 타위셔도 下层로고 여래서
Distinguish between like three refuge based on small scope, refuge based on middle scope, refuge based on great scope is not based, distinguished not based on the object. Object is the same, but the Dhamma Sangha is based on motivations, intentions. The small scope, the very reason they take refuge in Buddha Dhamma Sangha, so they themselves make sure the next life, so they don't go to three lower realms. So that's their primary concern is make sure they don't fall into these three lower realms. So that's therefore to seeking support from Buddha Dhamma. So that's why they take refuge in Buddha Dhamma Sangha.
Then Lama Nyamle Senayo, and then Magawa.这帮人写的下层这个要的嘛都帮家马来巴东他等你帮人写的下层这个要嘛的是没给我这种帮人写的
So then what type of ethics they practice? You know, so they mainly focus on 10 virtues, 10 virtues, and try to avoid to engage into 10 non-virtuous act or deed.
那天罗的容易击毙些的，容易基本我说个对我来太别些的下层罗个要的嘛都马个世界来说吧，等你我说个对我来太别些的下层罗个要嘛的是。
They are not worrying about the welfare of other sentient beings. They are just worried about themselves. So they are making sure themselves so not go to the three lower realms. That's their primary concern.
这个到了些不人生的这个讲到了看到了就是呢说说可以对我来太别些的，当我说个对我来，但是些不群里告诉我说个对我来太别些的了吧？他些不认为这个告诉了，可以对我来太别些的，那个就是了下层这个要的是。
So now the refuge based on the middle scope, your concern is a little bit bigger. It's not just worry about the three lower realm. Now you are worried about samsara as a whole. Make sure you don't come back to samsara. So that's your primary concern. So therefore you take refuge in Buddha Dhamma Sangha. Make sure that you don't come back to samsara.
这送到他，我的他的这了，我送个对我来特别吃的下层中，我送个对我这了看着要的就是那年月对我，也大节对我，冬至对我，真的要的，他肉的是，是吧？这个呢，年月对我了，查中个对我现在查的查着，中着，真的个对我要的，也到了这个就对我现在了，但他这的，呢，卡拉萨亚马着。吃东亚马拉他等这个对我当俺都说现在老有那么说啊，等这个的，等这个对我现在那些对面吧，可能说给两把的，是吧？借3月对我来说吧，等你那就是要的是，这一张都说了，他有些都跟就说了下层这个要的是。
So like if you wonder like what kind of like sufferings that being experienced in three lower realms, for example, like in the hell realm. Struggle will be like heat and cold, and the hungry ghost realm always, like hungry, not able to find the food, and the animal realms, lot of ignorance, like so the worry about someone's going to eat you, or like all kind of like problems there. If you examine closely, there are a lot of problems.
当他这了，我送了这来是他。可以对我生个这了，那没了，这个拿去就对我，7月对我，9月对我，9月对我，都是我都是什么呀？说那也不去东搞的，但到这边变成老子去这一那这个需要的，等你这个呢，我都是写不上个弄，加早晚的出去嘛就是， 조지가 쉐버서를 예전에 로저 노자 수마레데 갈래 신주 제가는 알아서 쉐버 충분하요 녹음은 됐어. 리도 전일 가반도 녹음은 됐어 거래. 제 전에는 제 알아서 쉐버 충분 맞다데 마타이다 대 인세거데 될 전에 능아서 강할로는 소노톤을 텔레 트라비셔도 샤서 녹음은 되고 전에 다네요 말해서.
So now, like even within the human life, also there's also complications or problems associated with human life, complications with birth, aging, sicknesses, death, and then if we examine very closely, so when we learn about this three scope, small scope, middle scope, great scope, sometimes you feel like you don't fall into any of those categories. That's how you feel like when you examine very closely. So when you say small scope, kind of like look down, or they just worry about themselves. When you examine very closely, so you realize you don't fall into any of those categories. Like.
정말 제가 나저거 누가 써가 논에라 단다대 다 라머레 제자 저거 있는 가요 누가대 샤다가 가르쳐도 뉴쇼레스 가르레스 주나 다 나로솔 가요 누가대 갈레체네 용거요 봐 갈레체네 용거요 자 샤다 가요 누가대 샤다 하고 도고요 말에 다 가로레 테네레스는 테네 시에네 다 가요 누가대 용거요 제 마이마 다 나로서 못아봐 예마 노지 깨지치래 용거요는 다 들이 로취셔래네 로취시래도 손지 쪼개를 소피 갱고레 사는 하송야 데래요 알아봤어. 대이다 가요 등한테 갈레체네 용거요레스.
Among those complications, three types of complications: birth, aging, death, sicknesses. The aging is the one most difficult to understand because it happened very gradually. It's not like you are born today, tomorrow your health all turn gray, you lose your teeth. It's not like that. So today you are born, tomorrow you become like that. It's not like that. It's a very gradual process. So therefore, it's very hard to even have like good intellectual understanding of the aging process.
다당 가서 냐와를 등아 태요 여달을 태요래 던도를 태요래 다 덴도를 정에는 밀을 셰가 나치게 등아요래서 라사르바 드네 할은 쳇대주 등아서 하도솔로 쳇대주 등아 하데 가르 쳇대주 등아서 하도솔로 쳇대생데 롱아 저 로지 노로 드네 코른 쳬비 따텐 태가요래서 대 등아데 할 레베 뭐 등아도 냐외 등아래죠 할을 쳇대주 등아데 슈체와래서 가르를 할라 체대 포그를 하도서 걸어서로 왜 요러와 릴루 왜 요러 왜 맹게된 거래 아니 저벌 잡아 쳐야요 말에 릴루 잡아 쳐 용거래 아니 걸어서 요사가 매도도 스님바 쳐 용거래 대차그를 하셔다도 다 코셔래 다셔도 걸왜 문두가 아니 릴루 잡아 쳐 누가 매도 년도가 누가 세네 드네 전에 걸어서 짱해 용거 말에 다 코셔도는 것은 강아 주인도가 말에 대송사 안에 걸어빼 할 레베가 용아 첨보 용어래 가르레 주셔는 걸을 대대들 할 레베 대화 첨보 요아서 다 대화 첨보 되면 로가요서 용아 첨보 용어요 그래서 할라 제대주 용아 치와테 할라 제대주 용아 대 뭐에 용아도 냐외 용아 뜻솔에 대셔라 채와래서.
So now this is like a general explanation about samsara as a whole. So now you only went to three lower realm, now it's like human, so now there's like God, demigod and God. So even the celestial realms, once you are alive, everything seems goes very well, but there are like, there's like time that you see like sign of death do occur 5 years before you die. Then what happens that when you're born in the celestial realm, then you have like some kind of aura around your body, and you never get as physically never get dirty. That's not the issue. Taking shower, all of that, that's not the issue because physically you never get dirty, and you have your own aura. So then, when the sign of death occurs, so then even another celestial beings realize that then you are kind of like your own aura kind of fading away. Then the flower that you wear kind of get like old, kind of start to smell, and all of other celestial beings, they are very reluctant to get closer to you. They look at from a distance. So that kind of sufferings, even compared to the suffering in human realm, in animal realm, Holy Ghost realm, so that feels more heavier, not lighter, more heavier in celestial realms.
근데 라마유라 누가 가려 탑재 주둥아 라마유도 하니 가디이나 뭐 트윈이 드리체 대가르마도 뭐 뭐저 세전에 대사 자원이네 요마 그래서 라마유라 탑재 주둥아 대가르레 세션은 다 로제스 라장이는 데사레 빠소지 시생에서 저로서 맨라 페레를 빠소지 시 내조이 파센 내가 누가 빠소지 시생에 대 타유장 지금 싸네와 셰요 대야신에 전부 되는 아니 선지자서는 라이어래 선지자서를 받은 너네 시도 뭐보여 뼈 못세 봐 시도 뭐보여 보여 대요들한테 선지자서 속에 라도 속에 시도도 속 내내 사고요 봐 대사를 라마야가 대사만으로서 가르래 주신 대안족 시리스 파소지 시생의 대안족 시리스 그니 제바 자제가 전세세이다. 제마 자제가 전세대. 하마 이거 안족이 되레스. 안족을 세가도 걸어서 싸워대 하마 있으면 쉬어서 뒤로와. 라고 전도대 말에 나로서 치라노 요아래서는 제대 걸어서 치라노 요아자 걸어서 나쁘지 않아. 뒤ten달 아니 마 자네를 펀 세리들이 정조 전에 전에 되고 요래. 대다 하마야 다제제 등아 요아래서 되레스.
If you wonder maybe how's about like being born in demigod, maybe you are free from suffering. No, that's also a problem. So demigod and the god and demigod, that doesn't get along very well. They're always kind of like into battles. So the reason behind that their battle is there's particular tree called Pasangxing. I'm not sure how to say it in English. Pasangxing. That tree grows from the demigod realm all the way up to 33 celestial realms within the desire realms, the highest one, 33 celestial realms. So all the fruits grow there, all the fruits grows up there. So then celestial being from the 33 realms, they enjoy the fruit. So then they get, demigod get jealous. They think that tree belongs to us. Because grow from our land, then you are not, like, why are you eating the fruit? So then better never eat, it's just back and forth like that. Because they don't enjoy the fruit, so they are the one who's eating the fruit.
세분지 생겨데 텔레 로또 때제 체랑 예속의 동안에 타나 가 배가면도 다난 코와를 세가는 코의 동안에 참면도 대송사 코의 코와 다달에 다다게 동안에 타나 아니오네 어느 건조설을 샤서 놓고요레스
The way they, like the small scope, they only worry about the suffering of the three lower realms, so they are seeking. They are like seeking freedom from that. So the middle scope, not just that, they are worried more about samsara as a whole, not just necessarily three lower realms. They are worried about all the 6 realms. They are seeking freedom from all of that. That's the different, like, how you say, mental capacity or way of thinking.
다 제부 첨보 생기디가 소소 세번데가 소소 고에 등아 다달레 자나 아니오네 자위셔도 짜서 놓고요 봐. 다 제부 첨보 생기는 소소 고에 등아레 자나 가까이 배가만 소소가 맞아서 강하로 코와노를 내대 누가스. 근데 마게 세제 통제 코와동에서 그 등아레 자와치 쉬나 아니오네 어느 건조설을 짜서 놓고요 그래서
So great scope, they worry about like suffering of every breathing living being, all the sentient beings, not just only for themselves. They are worrying about the suffering of all sentient beings. So therefore, that's their primary reason why they take refuge in Buddha Dhamma Sangha. Then that's what's called Mahayana refuge, because motivation is about the welfare of all mother sentient beings.
다 너다나 단다 데레. 공시 타니 공다게 코예대와 점달라 런이 된다 녀셔바 셰버테는 타마시에서 셰버 중어 가르레 주시는 코로가 다나 코예둥아 그땅 가르가서 그러다 하도 뭐에 공부지 토나 손에 코로 된다 여자들 하도 뭐에 공부되래 셰버 중에들 하도 뭐에 공부지 토나 손에 하도 뭐에 대화지 토나 손에 된다 여거래 대연 코예 대화래 마도 대화 천이 바래요 말해서 대당아 대매자 코예 대화 좀 달라 런이 된다 녀셔바 코예 둥아래 하도 뭐에 대화 대용 코예 대화래 대 런이 집이 된다 녀와 셰바들 아니 셰버 중에서 그래서
So what is small scope? Like what is the small scope? Small scope is their primary concern is about three lower realms, and what they are hoping or what they are seeking, their goal is like state of human and God realm. That's what they want to go. So there's not like seeking liberation. They just want to be to become like celestial beings or human. So that's their goal. So that's why, therefore, it is called small scope. Hamula, would you mind to read that? You have text in English? The first stanza, maybe then you can like give molity injinachi law like in there. King but tita injinachi law.
인지는 요러면
Yorgi, huh?
So you want me to read the first stanza?
Yes.
That's where, okay.
Bendit also, the cases the men also, sir.
I pay homage with great
대우치람
I pay homage with great respect to the conquerors of the three times, to their teaching, and to those who aspire to virtue. Urged by the good disciple Jiangxu I shall illuminate the lamp for the path to enlightenment. 2. Understand that there are three kinds of persons. Because of their small, middling, and supreme capacities, I shall write clearly distinguishing their individual characteristics. 3. Know that those who, by whatever means, seek for themselves no more than the pleasures of cyclic existence are persons of the least capacity.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yes.
다들 셰버 중어도 제르마 다 셰버 네 생각에가 코에 대화라 자지 쇼니 그 세베데라 자쇼시 데벨레레 도다니세 디바 먹게벨레토서 파폰 디바 먹게벨레토서 폰 세베가 tene 론이 제베가 샤와토 텐데냐와 텔 아니 셰버 네 생각에 셰데테니
Yes. So what is a middle scope? Middle scope is like someone who is very much concerned about the samsara as a whole. So then what they are seeking nirvana or liberations, meaning freedom from samsara.
된다 당하로서 체레레레 된다시야 도도도 너를 저게는 빼못이 뭐뭐셔요 그래서 대이자 다당하로서 내 시주전에 봐 세번 리셋 할수 라사베 다 제보 생각되가 로자 첨보이자 소도 로자 첨보이자 라지 도베 등아지 공시 현재 등아 거서 소소소소를 등아 여바데 하고네 등아 전나와데 안에 magawaida 바로 제 바로 뭐 등아 전나와데 니제 자완년에 내가 말했어 그러마 그런 소소를 등아 여바데 가르쳐 등아춘의 가가 뭐두가서 magawaida 제 바로 뭐 tel라용 등아춘의 가가 말아봐서 롱지 때문에 등아제 네 공시 현재 등아가 다 제 세제 통화제 전에 용아 타다 용다 봐 세반데 바들 어느 셰부 첨보세 그래서
So now here, what is the great scope? Great scope is someone who like understood complication or suffering that you you understood, you learned, and now that because of that, your own experience, that you felt that no one should, have this kind of suffering. So you basically sympathize with the sufferings, the knowledge of suffering that you have. Then you look around that everybody else have, so then you sympathize with them. So then you are worried about not just your own freedoms, you worry about freedom of all the other living beings. So that's is called great scope.
대송다 다 내려 가로서래야 냠레 세나다 빼야 보여래. 단다这个 소소소소를 둥아 요바테 둥아 요는 가보 문두가스 대이다 제 세절라요 둥아 대 매거근두세 고마지근두가스 대이다 다 가로서가 대 소노도 가래. 소소를 둥아시는 마가와 노제 바로보들 둥아시는 가가 마르바스 소소를 야보지 쉬는 가가 누가스 예 바로보들 야보지 쉬는 가가 요르바 대 전세다 하고 가래. 그러봐 전세다 야보 하고 가래. 소소를 야보 바로보들 세절 소소를 야보지 제소나 가본 누가 내가 노제가 로니가 바로보들 야보체는 바로보들 가거래. 대송다 정도서 지를 내세 자원인의 제내가 말해. 지를 나로서 선체 간대 제예나요. 나로서 내려도 다 강가 취조를 봐. 선체 간대 제나 지를 내세 자원인의 제내가 말했어.
So the great scope, so that you have clear understandings like all the suffering that associated with this human life. And that you you realize that you don't want to be like how you say you don't want to suffer, and that understanding helps you to understand that nobody else wants suffering. So this is very important thing us to understand. So in this room, all of you are like Dharma friend. But when you think about the bigger pictures, like harming each other is not good things. So somebody treated you well, you feel happy. You need to understand if you treat somebody else, they also will feel happy too. So if somebody is treating you badly, you feel bad. Similarly, if you treat someone else bad, they also do feel bad. So that knowledge needs to be understood very clearly. It's important.
땡에 가서 저로서를 세워 나시고 단다 대래 서도 이나 텀보 야보지 제야데 시라 개체모래. 저봐 텀보 야보지 제야데 시라 개체모래. 대 너네 알아서다 지로 잡아 저로서 너네래나요. 텀보 야보지 제야데 시라 개체모래. 대는 자성이나 농로 텀보 제야데 시라 개체모래. 텀보 제 야보지 요나 근데 소소 로 대보요는 취녀래 제나요. 로 대보 용거래서.
So as I mentioned before, so like getting along and harmonious atmosphere is very, very important between family, between friends. It's very important. So as I mentioned before, there's something that needs to be take into consideration seriously.
다 레트리라 대자자가 변호. 손이 어느도 안에 대해서 시험하면서 네 지체를 대해서 가보니까 드리라 대자자는 단에 세버때는 주인은 세자 대자자.
Can you please read the great scope?
Four. Those who seek peace for themselves alone, turning away from worldly pleasures, and avoiding destructive actions are said to be of middling capacity. 5. Those who, through their personal suffering, truly want to end completely all the suffering of others are persons of supreme capacity.
Yeah. So this text is all stanza, it's like a little bit hard to explain. So today I'm going to stop here. So probably that's enough for today. I'm going to stop here.
단다 디가 시바 디가 저로서로 셀을 제라 패요 뭐 요소소 가로 적은 뉴스 손이 되는 때에 카세는 손에 这是些个意思。
I'm a little bit doubtful whatever I explain the text here. So I'm doubtful that it may be not very helpful. So tomorrow I will try all my best again to explain now.
对，对的话，国外嘞，你就些东东，你就是了老中东了，等你这些个呢，这别咋去了吧？
So then tomorrow, so maybe there, when I explain to you about the bodhicitta, how to develop bodhicitta, might be, you may feel it's very helpful. So, 그것도 편도 중사게. 그것도 많이 깨져도, 다시 소해야 돼 편도 중을 깨져도. 다시 개인 소해야 돼 편도 중사 그것을.
你都说要科技律师的，马须谁个嘛的吧？
I'm telling Rinpoche, you are saying it's helpful. Yeah, that's good.
马须谁个嘛的，我都白话说呢，刚才开始看到干须谁干嘛须谁个的，我是在老头。
So Rinpoche said, you are never going to say it's not helpful. Because if you ask the Tibetan people, are you tired? They always say, I'm not tired. Doesn't mean they are not tired.
这东西个叫了时候晒了，也不是高面那个，也不许谁个的，我是的。因为俺说你，俺都是在写家做都大个意思。
So tomorrow I will try to elaborate my explanations more into details. Sorry, maybe not tomorrow. Kishila reminded me it's not tomorrow, next week, next Wednesday. Oh, yeah. Yeah, next Wednesday, not tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Please don't come here tomorrow. It's not tomorrow. This is I will not be here. Like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to tell you one story.
呀，大个啥哟？这俺嘛，我以前到了写茶的，他看到了写有那么些，他那的俺嘛了，那没几个不来搞的，不来再看到的了，那上你这用是，上你这用是，然后再看到的他搞到的，他就估计叫着跟俺不来的这的，这等你这用那倒没上你这用是。 等你说的这本来现在这个要嘛的，嘛这是国家宝了要对了是，家宝啥对呢了，人家说呢了，等你，就是过了本来没这把卡的意思，就是本来这没对个是，这个人说你说这又是哪个意思？家宝是马驹，说你说这个是个对个是马驹是，等你上你了做也要嘛的吧，赶紧拿上你来个的吧，我这个等那些人是。
So the story goes like this. So there's somebody owe some money for someone else. So the person who loan probably money to somebody else, the person asking, give my money. And the other person says, I will give you tomorrow. So then person same again as tomorrow. They say, where's my money? Then the person say again, tomorrow. The tomorrow never comes. Goes like. So then finally that person went to the king to complain that so owe me money, so not giving my money. And that person said, no, that's not true. I already told him I will give it tomorrow. So then it was like that. It goes like, so it's kind of cycles.
这东西说，就是说个青年来的，就嘛这个，生你这个是，那么怎么生你了做也要嘛的，但是。
So therefore, your spiritual practice should not be put up for tomorrow. So tomorrow never ends. There will be another tomorrow, tomorrow. It goes like that.
我也打的是大给今年三百给我，
的电当着我公了康的那结果了就走路上头。
天边年波人的啥些，学啥些，
必须就是面当着这上的些你的结邦的三界些
拉
了。
面点不完。 ye,
Logo
logo
Nanda
nanda
Shila
shila sheba,
Shema.
shu jizo la mi
Kuze Rabde Je Namga
ka
Tele
chale shu ji
Choju
jiba.
Losa
Losan
Tembe
tembe do me
Dome
sa so
Sasun
ji, ro ye me
Jendo.
se da do ne jiro. Ye deni rin do be le tong
Sonye
yin
ne
no ka fa
Kada
da yin
Yamba
do ka
Kanshi
ye ta.
Sab. Lome Mari
Ki don
Kudu
ro wa
Ndowa
ga
Go
to de
Namde
ja ye
Jave
wong
Ombo.
bo da ji.
Tema Zembe
Se ra
Tsera
kun
Kun.
do yon jong be
Lamrim
yang ji
prayer,
se
Lamrim
yue
prayer.
ji su. Ten be ren bo kun
Kunji
do lo ji
Lamrim
ju shi.
prayer.
Jiang
Jan.
nuo ni xie xiong, rang
Nange
jie
Chi
ji
Xie
xue, tong
Tobe
bie lao
Lam
jie
Jie
ni,
Ne
xue
Shura
zhao zi yue, zhuang yue tang jie.
Dwe
Luo yi
Ye
xie
Mian
mian
Bo
bo sa
Se
xie ni,
Ne
jia ye
Jave
dian bo ye rin zi ji.
Tenpa
Ren jie
Rinche
zhou bie
Choki
ma
Ma
cha
Chapam
bo, cha
Chapja
jiang nian
Nyambo
bo ji bi
Chibi
shu.
Ninche
Jian bo
Chimbe
ye ra
Yura
xie
Chu
bo ye, pe de
Pende
te de
Tede
sa wa
Sawa
xie bo.
Seje
Xie jia ye
Jave
me
Meju
shu te le
Tile
le, le
Ledo
zhou xiong jue
Chanju
long jie ren bi.
Tade Namje Yula Bade Je Jave Zabori Lamsan Dribe Tunje Drije Je Gaje Seje Mida Sarawa Kundo Jave Ngam Namda Lamda Dawa Ma Kanse Teba Chola Tsushin Rula Zemba Tude Namje Tado To Trashi Janzu Ngala Ongjo Ti Awatari Sembara Losan Jave Dendon Lebe Shaze Jenjo Lama Shawande. So the last prayer is like Lamrim prayer, composed by Lama Tsongkhapa, if you want a Lamrim prayer, okay. Thank you. No, thank you. Okay. Yeah.